the spirit awakens. The spirit is experienced as energy, enthusiasm, clarity, creativity, beauty. And the reflection on the words of the scripture in the proximity of a guru facilitates that awakening of the spirit, the Atman. All other accessories like pujas, upasanas, social service, all are accessories. And when these accessories are in place, with that quiet mind, when you reflect on the scripture, the essential message of the scripture is Tattvamasi. Tattu samannvayat, Brahma Sutra, Tattu samannvayat, Tasmin arthe jiva brahma, aikye arthe samannvayat. All scriptures agree on this statement. And the scriptural statements are words, indicative words. Lakshanartham, not Visheshanartham. So words can indicate the Vedas, mantras, Mahavakyas. So to images like Ganapati, Vishnu, Shiva, Devi, those visuals also can indicate. So one is verbal, the other is visual. Visuals are more experiential and words are more cerebral. So it is an experience which includes the experiencer. The experienced and the experiencer coalesce into this flame of aparokshanubhava. Aparoksha means there is no gap between the experiencer and the experienced. Aham Veta Vedyam Cha, Bhagavan says. I am the knower and the object of knowledge also. And the knowledge that connects the knower and the object of knowledge. So you hear all these noises outside, the barking of the dog or the shouting of people. But these noises don't disturb you in meditation, because they are all are experienced in the light of consciousness awareness. Just as the rivers which flow into the ocean doesn't raise the level of the ocean, nor doesn't change the character of the ocean. Similarly, these rivers of experiences falling through the five sense organs into the mind, creating vrittis which are shining in the light of consciousness, which gives you an experience or a cognitive experience. They don't affect your basic status. In fact, the world is not a hindrance. World is an opportunity. It's a reminder of who you are. So that is why Bhudeshu Bhudeshu Vichitya Dhira, Bodham Bodham Prati, thought after thought, object after object, they all shine in your awareness, in your consciousness. So thought is not a hindrance, nor the object a hindrance. The hindrance is you forget and then identify the thought and the object. You have a thought, you are not the thought. You have an objective experience, you are not that object. That fundamental principle, what you have, that you are not. You transcend those things, thoughts and objects. This is called vichara. And the scripture helps you in this vichara. They give you words like Sada, Chida, Anandam, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Sudandram. These words don't indicate any object outside, nor a piece of thought or an idea. These words indicate something deeper. It's called Shabdanuviddha Samadhi. You can also have Drishyanuviddha Samadhi. In the state of meditation, we are practicing this. Atmabhyasa. Atmabhyasa. As Patanjali says, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tannirodha. This Abhyasa is Atmabhyasam. Aham Brahmasmi, Anandoham, Chinmayoham, Chidakashoham, Shivoham, Sundaroham, Sutantaroham. Those positive assertions. So you are not trying to gain something which you don't have. You are trying to realize your nature, not to create something new. Because anything that you create will be destroyed. They have a shelf life. They have an expiry date. Whether it is a house or a car or a power position, all are subjected to this law of change. Once you are established in this truth, then the activities in the world become a play. So the meditation is not opposed to activity. Silence is not opposed to speech making. So meditation and activity have to go together. And in this state, activity is meditation and meditation is activity. Karmani akarma darshanam, akarmani karmayaha, sabuddhiman manishesha, sakrishna karma kuta. So this realization is possible when you can sit still for a couple of minutes or maybe half an hour. So hear that sound, that bark of the dog, barking of the dog. Those sounds fall into your tympanum and then it creates waves in the brain. It's called vrittis. Then those vrittis are shining in your consciousness. So like rivers enter into the ocean. So you are not focusing on the barking, you are focusing on the self where the barking happened. Think of that. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. That's called barking meditation. Barking meditation. You are not distracted at all. Your mind doesn't go there. Your mind goes to the self. Where does this happen? What is the theatre or the site where you hear the barking? Not outside, inside you. That's how we make everything. Yatra yatra mano yadi tatra tatra samadhaya. Wherever the mind goes, you are steady in yourself. That is the true meditation. Otherwise, meditation is a chore, is an effort. Here there is no effort at all, you see. So let us read again Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Satgurum Pranadosmyaham Jantūnām Narajanma Durlabhamada Pumstum Tado Viprada Tasmad Vaidiga Dharma Marga Parada Vidvatvam Asmat Param Atman Atma Vivechanam Sanubhavo Brahmatmana Samsthidihi Muktirno Shadakodi Janma Sugrude Punnir Vina Labhyade Dullabham Trayame Vedad Devanugraha Hedugam Manushyatum Mumutshutvam Mahapurusha Samshrayah Nabdhva Kathanjit. This Shankara is in a chastising mode. I do that the whole tone changes. Labdhva Kathanjit. Sometimes our son doesn't listen, you send him to college, he doesn't study well, he says, I am not interested in this subject, let me take another subject. Okay, son, you take that subject. Then he comes back, I am not interested in that. Then you look at son helplessly, then you change your tune on what to say. Is after all my son. He behaves exactly like his father. What can you do? You feel pity, he says, kind of pity, compassion. So the meter changes. So, Latva Kathanjit Narajanma Dullabham Tatra Vipumstum Sudipara Darshanam. Sudipara Darshanam or Sudipara Darshanam. Both are Sudipara Darshanam. Yastu Atma Muktyena Yadeda Mudhadhihi Sakhyatmahasum Vinihandya Satgrahat. So you spoil your life, you say. You are your own, you are self-destructor, destroying yourself. This great opportunity you are misusing. You are not taking advantage or this great opportunity given by God or your past good karmas. But some or other, on the way, you stall, you break down. You've taken a wrong exit. Sometimes it happens, isn't it? You take a wrong exit and drive very efficiently. Very efficiently. Where are you heading? To your doom, you say. It's time for you, look for the signs on the way. And then, oh, this is something unfamiliar to me. Take an about turn and come all the way back, you say. This is walking back. That is spirituality. Walk back. Have you tried it? Sometimes you walk back. But don't blame me if you fall and break your neck. So try to be very alert. Walking back. You are walking back. We are going home. You are trying to come home where you can relax. You can feel at home. That's the kind of spirit Shankaracharya talking about here. So idakkonosti moodhatma yastu swarte pramadyadi durlabham manusham deham prapya tatrapi paurusham pathantu shastrani yachantu devan kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi na siddhyati brahma shatantarepi. So here the vaya negativa, that is one of the method the Upanishad adopts. Nirvanashtakam Shankara adopts this method. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. I don't know any Vedic mantras. He knows all the Vedas, but he says, I don't know any Vedic mantras. I have not done any rituals. He has done all the rituals. Everything he has done, but he doesn't make any claim over that. This vaya negativa. You let go, let go, let go. You do something, then you let go, then you move ahead. This is called sannyasa. Sannyasa means you create something, then you move ahead. You leave it behind. You never look back. Then you create something else, then you move on. Then you create something and move on. So this kind of a movement, Charaivedi, constant movement. If you stuck with something, you write a poetry, then print it and frame it and distribute to the whole world, and every day you ask, did you read my poetry? This is stupid, he said. Don't waste your time on that. So that you can write a new poem. You can make something new. So this ability or willingness or the felicity to create and then move ahead. Move ahead. This is called sannyasa. So sannyasa is not, okay, I want to take sannyasa. Okay, do you have something? Sannyasa means renunciation, isn't it? I want to renounce. What are you renouncing? You have nothing, no education, nothing, and then you want to renounce, he said. That renunciation has no meaning. So create something, then renounce, distribute it. Create and distribute. Yajnadana tabak karma, natyajyamiti chapare. Three things. Yajnadana tabak karma. Yajnam, collective effort. And you produce something. In that collective effort, gods and humans and everything is involved there. And then you distribute it. Then you move ahead. Yajna dana. Dana means share. Taba means you take very little. You take very little. And then you share with everyone, he says. That kind of, what a beautiful life it is, he says. What a beautiful, enchanting life it is. Collective effort, produce, distribute to all stakeholders, then you move ahead. You take very little, he says. This is the ideal life. Yajna, dana, taba, karma, natyajyamidi, chavare. Or, so danam and taba is very, very important. Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara pranidhanani, isn't it? Tapas is very, very important. You take only very little. The higher you go, the less you need. At the bottom of the pyramid, people need more. More food, more comforts, more conveniences. But as you go up, your needs are less and less. So finally, you become like a nirandhinaiva analaha, fire without fuel. Fire without fuel. Your presence is enough, you say. Like a magnet. Your presence. You don't have to talk much or do much. You are such a magnet that you magnetize everyone, he says. That's the kind of leadership you want, which is called spiritual leadership. Spiritual leadership. Your needs are lesser and lesser and lesser. Finally, you need nothing. That kind of a state. When you need nothing, everything will come to you. That is another problem. I don't need anything, then you say, Swami, you keep this also. You entrust everything with the Swami because he needs nothing. Otherwise, when you go and ask to return it, there will be nothing. Oh, I consumed all that. So this way, when you need nothing, akamahagaha, he becomes the owner of everything, he says. People trust you. People trust you. People are ready to lay down their life for you in that state. So that's, he says, via negative, I say. You do all those things, but you don't make any claim. I have been to Mount Kailash 20 times. Or Sabrimala 50 times. You're tom-tomming that. You don't say that. Have you been to Sabrimala? You keep quiet. Or Mount Kailash, a smile, that's it. Because there is no need to get appreciation for that. When you depreciate yourself, then you need appreciation. When you appreciate yourself, no need of appreciation. So Shankara, when he says, Patantu Shastrani, he has done all this, but he has moved ahead. He has studied. Shankaracharya's whole story is like that. By the age of 12, he studied and mastered all the Vedas. Supposedly, we have no historical evidence or anything. This is a belief. Shankaracharya mastered everything. But he didn't stay there. He left home. He left home all the way. We walked all the way to the banks of Narmada in search of a Vedantic master. He stayed with them. He learned. And then he moved ahead. He went to Kashi, engaged in debates. Then he went to Kashmir. Then he went to Mount Kailash. Then he walked all over the country, established mud, renovated temples, written bhashyas, composed hymns. And by 32, he disappeared. By age of 32, we accomplished all those things. We are 82, and what is our accomplishment? Nothing, except blaming others for blaming your parents, your gurus, your country, your scriptures, blaming, playing the role of victims, he said. I am a victim. Somebody is conspiring against me. Finally, you blame the stars also. My stars are not in good position, that's why I am here. Stars have better things to do. You are a tiny speck floating in the cosmic space. Stars are better. They don't even recognize you. You think the stars are conspiring against you. The conspiracy theories, he says. Shankara says, I have done everything, but I don't make any claim to that. I move ahead. So, Patantu, so you have to read this statement in a right way. Otherwise, you get a wrong message from that. Therefore, throw away the Vedic Vedas, Upanishad and everything, throw away. And then what are you doing? There is no culturing, there is no edification, there is no education. So all these are necessary. but then you are moving ahead. Amrudatvasya nashasti vitte netyeva hi shrudihi bravidi karmano muktehe aheditvam spudam yataha. So there is an analysis in our scriptures between karma and jnana, knowledge and action. That's an analysis. What is the purpose of action? What is the purpose of knowledge? Jnana. Bhakti come under action, yoga come under knowledge. So, the Vedas and the Vedanta, meditation and action, that's an analysis. So, who does action? Why are you doing karma? Mudhobi bhalamanudishya karmanu kurude. Why are you doing an action? What is the motive behind? Every karma is preceded by a kama, isn't it? A desire. Without desire, nobody will act. Why are you acting? I have a desire. I want to fulfill those desires. So every karma there is a kama. Every kama there is another problem. We call avidya. Avidya, kama, karma. Karma is always for something. You have to gain something. And the mother of all desire. There are many desires. I need a house or a cloth or friends or job and promotion and all that. Behind every karma, there is a desire. And the mother of all desires. There are many kinds of desires. Mother of all desires. Or the father of all the desires. What is that desire? Have you thought about that? Why do I desire this? And your desire depends upon your vasanas, your cultural conditioning, and the things available, and the things you have heard about. Why are we desiring? Many desires are there. But if you look at the basic motive, the desire is to be happy, isn't it? Again the same thing. Again the same thing. The desire to be happy. So I want a house so that I can be happy. If you think that having a house you will become unhappy, will you build a house? You will not. Which is a fact actually. After building the house, you cannot stay in the house. Because you have to pay electricity bill or pay the loans and this and that. You are never in the house. The servants are enjoying. They put the air conditioner and all that. They are enjoying. The problem is, we think after building the house, Tatsrishtota Deva and Pravishada, entering into the house, I will be happy and become a householder. No, you are not happy. After sitting in the house, it get boring. Then you want to go out, see nature, go here, go there. After getting a job, then you want an office room. After getting an office room, you need a table. Then air conditioner. Are you happy enough? No, I need a promotion. You got a promotion, are you happy enough? No. No, I need some other job. When are you going to be happy? Why this monkey mind? So, behind all the desires are many. There is a one single important desire so that I can be happy. So the desire for happiness manifests as many desires depending upon your cultural conditioning, the land where you were born, the family you were born. Your desires varies. It's called the vasana, your culture. So, but if you analyze the desire, the ultimate desire is to be happy. So, and then we work, we produce things. We embrace those things, we enjoy those things and thinking that we can be happy. This is called ignorance. So ignorance prompted desire. There is another, that kind of desire is binding. It is binding left and right. There is another kind of desire from knowledge, understanding. That desire is liberating desire. So Shankara is not against desiring. Shankara is saying the source of that desire. Where that desire comes from? Does it come from your ignorance, self-ignorance, or does it come from your self-understanding? So, a desire which comes from knowledge is liberating desire. It will unfold your potential. A desire which comes from ignorance will make you bound and your life become a miserable hell. So, there is a binding desire, there is a liberating desire also. A Mahatma also acts, isn't it? An enlightened person, Bhagavan says, Name partasi kartavyam trishilogesha kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam vartayevacha karmani. I have nothing to gain or lose, still I am very active. Atandritaha, anarasaha. I am all the time active. The more I act, the more I get involved, the more I am inspired, he says. So activity can become a source of inspiration. So sannyasa is not sitting like a fetus in a corner. Sannyasa is flowering like a beautiful tree or like a peacock, spreading its wings and dancing away. That is sannyasa. So sometimes people say, Swami, why did you become a sannyasi? Miserable. I am not miserable, you are miserable. I am not miserable. This is an expression of my joy, yoga, whatever. So please understand, two types of desire, depending upon the motive or the source. A desire coming from the cesspool of your ego, that is binding. A desire coming from the vast oceanic consciousness, that is liberating. Taittiriya. So kamayata, he desired, he said. Saha kamaya, he desired. Bahusyam praja yedi, may become many, may spread, may include many things, may put on new branches and shoots and branches, flowers and fruits, as birds can come and make their nest and sing their song of joy. So that kind of a state of mind. It's not shushka samstambha. Sometimes, yoga, they use the word shushka stambha, like a miserable stem of a tree, cutting all the tree, all the branches. That's not sannyasa. Sannyasa, you are growing and encompassing the whole world, not sitting like a bonsai tree. That's sannyasa. Sannyasi embraces the whole world. His attention is on everyone. The last and the least and the lost, there is their attention. Not on the powerful and their attention is on the powerless. Because they have the resource to do that. So karma, kama, ajnana. Ajnana about what? Ajnana not about physics, chemistry and biology. That level you can have only limited knowledge. If I am a physics professor, then I am not an economics professor. Because you have to specialize things. But here ajnana is atma ajnana, not vishaya ajnana. Atma ajnana. That should be very, very clear. So panditaha means one who has got the self-knowledge, not objective knowledge. Pandita. So that pandityam, that knowledge, which will liberate you. So desiring should come from your self-sufficiency, not self-deficiency. Self-deficiency, that desire is binding. So these things have to be very, very clear. So amrutatva means that sense of self-sufficiency. I am okay. Don't you say that? I am okay. If I am okay, you are also okay. If I am not okay, I will not let you to be okay because I need some fun. I will not let you to be okay. If I am okay, you are okay, everything is okay. See, I am okay means Shivoham. Instead of saying I am okay, that's Western terminology. we say Shivoham, Shivoham. That does not mean you must pretend like Shiva, Jada, then Chandrakala, and then all kind of things. You are not pretending, you are Shiva, period. You are Shiva, you are sufficient and free. So that's called Amrutatvam, immortality. Fearlessness, timelessness, joyousness. That Amrutatvam, Vittena, by wealth you cannot purchase it. You cannot buy it from the mall. Shopping. People, our main problem is shopping mania. Addiction to shopping. I went to Rishikesh and I came back. I shopped and I came back. Did you take a bath in the Ganga? Oh, I forgot that. Why? Shopping. Why did you go to Rishikesh for shopping? There are plenty of shops there. So you forget the main thing and get distracted. So focus. So Amrutattvasya Asha, there is no hope of gaining this immortality by karmana, he says. Amrutattvasya nashasti karmeneva hisruti, isn't it? I'm sorry. Okay. No, Vittena Amrutasya, you cannot buy happiness, which the modern world is understanding with much difficulty. I cannot buy happiness. GDP doesn't guarantee happiness, you say. The most happy people are in Bhutan, they say. Their per capita is the lowest in the world. The most unhappy people is in America. Their per capita is highest in the world. So you cannot buy happiness by money, you say. But money is necessary. Without money also you cannot live. So therefore don't disregard money. Money is Lakshmi anyway, isn't it? Lakshmi with Narayana is okay. Lakshmi without Narayana is a problem. So, bravidi karmanaha muktehe aheduttam spudam yata. Continuing. Adho vimukte prayadeda vidvan sanyasta bhakyartha sukhasprihassan sandam mahandam samubetya deshigam teno badishtartha samahidatma. The first condition is vairagyam, you say. Be little detached. Be happy with whatever you have. That kind of a detachment. Meaning not seeing happiness in the world outside. They give you convenience. Comforts, convenient. But you can be comfortably unhappy, isn't it? Comfortably unhappy. All comforts are there. But still, I am not okay kind of attitude. What's your problem? Your children are all educated. They have good job, they are married, your grandchildren, you have money, plenty of money in the bank, and then your health also is okay. Good house, car, driver, cook, cleaner, everything is there. Then what's your problem? This is what is bothering me, Swamiji. You should tell me what's my problem. You should tell. So Swami has got additional job now. So find the reason for your unhappiness. He has to find the reason for your unhappiness and give you a solution also. Give you a solution also. He will give you many solutions. Read Bhagavad Gita, the whole Bhagavad Gita. Read the whole Ramayana. Chant this mantra. 333 times every day. Or go to the Ganga, take a bath. He will give you several. He is buying time actually. By the Swami buying time. So you are doing something. Put him on some work. Because you have to relax. You are not relaxing. Swami is saying relax. So Vimukte prayadayada vidwan sanyasta bhagyartha sugasprahasanna. Bhagyarthe sugam darshayani. You see happiness in the outside object. Don't do that, you say. Haven't you learned from life? Parishalogan, Karmajidan, Brahmanaha, Nirvedamaya. Haven't you learned? You got so many kicks in life. Still you are doing the same thing. You are doing the same thing. So many kicks you have received. Still you are doing the same. That kind of obsession, compulsive, obsessive behavior, you are not able to get off that treadmill, let me put it that way. Get off the treadmill, because you are unfortunately stepped onto the treadmill. Now it is going fast, isn't it? You have to hold on to this. Why don't you get off? You will fall down. And it becomes a rhythm also. So this is the problem. So step out, watch, let go. That's it. Sanyasta bhakyartha sugasprahas. That spriha, that craving for things, that craving, which has become an addiction to you. So, and then come to the Guru. Otherwise, Guru will not be able to help you. You can stay with the Guru for umpteen years, nothing will happen to you. So with this mindset, create some space inside your mind. Sandam mahandam samubetya deshigam tena upadishta artha samahidatma. So the Guru will advise you, let the mind abide there. Like a honeybee abiding in the flower. Come to abide in this. Let these words ring in your mind. Then Uddhared atmanatmanam magnam samsara varidho yogarudatvam asadhya samyak darshana nishtaya. So two things are there. Yogarudatvam, stable mind, steady mind, and samyak darshanam, the holistic vision. Both are necessary. Otherwise, studying the mind become a chore, it's a problem. My mind is steady. Without the vision, it is an effort. With the vision, it is effortless. Yoga become effortless. So there are many yogas are described. Yoga karma sukha vishalam samattam yoga uchyade samadhu vajala buddhi yogam dukkha samyoga viyogam yogam. Many yogas are there. Japa yogam, karma yoga. In the Bhagavad Gita, then Patanjali's yoga, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. And then sometimes you say my yogam, I don't know what to do. That also is a yoga. Isn't it? That also is a yoga. All the kind of wrong choices you made, now you say my yoga. Or yoga, a large assembly of people, that also can be yoga. So there are many definitions for yoga. Here yoga is samatva. Keep your mind steady. Then samyak darshana. Both are important. Continuing. Sanyasya sarva karmani bhavabandha vimuktaye yatyadam pandide dhirehi atma vyasa upastidehi. So I told you, just as a practice. One day don't do anything. Don't speak, don't eat. Don't do anything. Just sit down. Just sit down. But you have to sit down. Don't sit and sleep. You have to sit in Padmasana if possible. or Sukhasan or Chayarasan. Sit on a chair. Just look like Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi lie down like this. When you go, he will look at you. You wouldn't say anything. You are speaking. You are speaking. Ramana Maharshi neither encourage you or discourage you. He will not ask you any question. After some time you stop. Because this guy is not saying anything. Maharshi is not saying it. You are keep talking. A time will come, you stop talking and start reflecting. Maharshi's technique is that. He will not answer your questions, encourage you to. He will simply sit there like a great presence. You can keep on talking, he says. Then when you come to the end of your story, then you stop. Now no more to say. Swamiji, I have been all over like a rolling stone, and finally I am come to you. Now I am sitting in front of you. Your story is over. So this kind of a technique or a strategy employed by Maharshi was very effective. So try to sit doing nothing for one day and see what happens. What happens to the world, to your family, to yourself. That's why sannyasya sarva karmani. Another idea sannyasa means you know these activities are taking place in the body, mind, ego plane, not in me. Body is acting, mind is thinking, emotions are there. That's all in the field of prakriti. Prakrutehe kriyamanani gunehi sarvani karmani sarvasha. It is prakriti which is acting, not you. You only lend your presence. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyadaya sajaracharam. In my presence, the prakriti become active, and I just a witness. So can you remain as a witness? Is another interesting thing. While all the activities are taking place, can you remain as a witness? Can you just observe what is going on? So sannyasya sarva karmani bhavabandha vimuktaye yatyadam pandidehi dhirehi atmabhyasa upasti. Atmabhyasa means shivoham, that repeating that mantra is atmabhyasa. Abiding there. When some object is tempting you, then you say, this is my trap. I don't have to fall into that. Atmabhyasa upasti. So say shivoham. Ashivam Ishivate Shiva, isn't it? That Shiva Bhakta is taken to a court to witness a case. So both are for him, both are Shiva. A is Shiva, B also Shiva. So what will he say? With that Shiva and this Shiva, Shiva he says. Nothing else you can say. What else can you say? Because this guy is Shiva, my opponent is Shiva, the proponent also is Shiva. Both Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi is Shiva. They are fighting. Shiva. That's what I can say. So this guy is silent. What can you say? Who will you blame? Silence. I am silent. Shiva. Those yatyadam pandidaya dhirehi atma vyasa upastidehi. Continuing. Chittasya shuddhaye karma nadu vastu balabdhaye vastu siddhir vicharena nakinchit karma kodibhihi. So Shankaracharya is very focused here. It doesn't mince words. Doesn't pander to your emotions. He's speaking the truth, straight truth. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Karma is necessary for chitta shuddhi. I have explained all why. How is that? Nadu vastu balabdhaye. Not to realize your identity with the Brahman, he said. That vastu, that's the vastu, that's the truth. Vastu siddhir vicharena. Vastu siddhi is possible, realization is possible by reflection, vichara. So here, specifically, vichara is Shastra vichara. What is Shastra Vichara? Shastra is words and sentences. So the word meaning, sentence meaning, and in between meaning also. So syntax, semantics, and pragmatics, they say. When you read a sentence, the syntax means the structure of the sentence. Subject, object, predicate, adjective, adverb, all that. Such syntax. Then the semantic, the meaning. And the meaning also is to be understood contextually, the pragmatics of it. For example, I say, I am so hungry I can eat a horse. Suppose somebody says that. I am so hungry, I have to eat a horse. Do you mean you want to eat a horse? It is only emphasizing the severity of my hunger. Give me something. That's the idea. So the Guru says, I am so hungry, I can eat a horse. The Shishya brings a horse. and the Guru is in the real soup love. My dear disciple, I didn't mean that. You have to see the context in which I say. That's called the pragmatics of the statement. My house is on a river, let's say. My house is on the river. Do you mean you are living in a houseboat or something? No, it means somewhere near the river. There is nothing which blocks my view of the river. That's all what he means. So we have to see the meaning in between, reading in between. This is only possible in the company of a teacher, he says. Otherwise you take the dictionary, when the Westerner translate all our scriptures, they go by the dictionary. As a result of that, they finally discovered it is a blabbering of a infantile mind. All the Vedic statement is a blabbering of an infantile mind, because they went for the dictionary meaning. They did not have the patience or the humility to sit at the feet of a master and understand the significance of this statement. That's why they got lost. And we read those texts and we also get lost. All our learning now, I have seen the best commentaries of Vedas, Upanishads, etc. written by Westerners. Best means it is easy to understand. But that does not mean they understood what they are saying. Commentaries on yoga and all that, when the Western mind deals with the subject, there is a little more clarity. When we deal with the subject, we make it a big mess. Indian mind is a very messy mind. Forgive me for saying that. It's a very messy mind. Because the thing is, truth is messy. It's not that clear. It's not linear. Something like asking, is he a good man? The Western mind wants to understand it yes or no. Excluded middle, they say, logic excluded middle. You have to say either yes or no. Is he a good person? Give me an answer, yes or no. That too about your husband, somebody asking. Is he a good person? What will be your answer? Sometimes he is good. First 3 years of marriage he was good. Then it turned around. Sometimes he is good, sometimes he is bad. To me he is good, to others he is bad. Then he was good, now he is bad. Tell me good or bad. Impossible to say whether somebody is good or bad. So that is life. Life is a little messy. In this messy life, you have to manage, compromise, trade-offs, consensus. These are all necessary. Consensus building is very difficult. Everybody has got their own opinion, their own needs. How do you build a consensus? Difficult. Patience is necessary. I visited a young couple's house, and then they just moved into the new house, and they put these paintings and photos, different parts of the wall, but painting, very expensive painting is lying on the floor. So I asked, why is it lying there? So the lady said, we are just discussing where to put it. My husband and me doesn't agree on that. Therefore, we couldn't put that. After 5 years I went there. Still the painting is lying there. We are still discussing, you say. We have not yet made up our mind. I think, wow, that's a very interesting state of mind. Because both of them discuss, disagree, and they are comfortable with their disagreement, and still they are living together under the same roof. Is it not wonderful? That patience to wait for a consensus decision. There is no consensus, let us agree to disagree, and still live together. This is the mind of complexity, you say. Complex mind is comfortable with the complexity, contradictions. That's a Hindu mind. I should say Hindu mind. You can be astrologer and astrophysicist also. You are astrophysicist in the university when you are in the lecture hall. When you come home, you become an astrologer. The twain may never meet. Both are possible. You are an allopathic doctor, you can be a Siddha Vaidya also. Basics are different. Allopathy is an attack mode. Siddha Vaidya is a receiving mode. I am comfortable with whatever illnesses I have, and I want to watch the illness, I want to engage in a conversation with the illness, and finally the illness will disappear. I want to have a conversation with the illness. Hi, how are you? Where are you coming from? What is your purpose? Why are you making me a host? Don't you find anybody else? This way, if you engage in a conversation, the illness will say, I am leaving. It will not stay with you. But if you fight with them, the more you fight, the more they gain strength. Because it's like a valley. The more you fight, the more it gains strength. So these are the ideas, he says. Vastu siddhi vijarena. So one has to do vichara, very, very circumspect when you approach the scripture. It's not what you see, prima facie, what you see, that's not, there's something deeper there. Something deeper. Vijarena, na kinchit karma kodibhi. It is not karma which can take you the final fulfillment. It is reflection, reflective action. Not reactive action, he says. Samyak vijarada siddha rajju tattvavadharana brandhyodida mahasarpa bhavadukha vinashini. This story you are familiar, I have already explained in the morning, Rajju, Sarpa. When there is no light, you see Sarpa. When there is light, you see Rajju. When there is knowledge, you are a happy person. When there is no knowledge, you are an unhappy person, you say. Continuing. Arthasya nishchayo drishtaha vijarena hidoktitaha na snanena dadanena pranayama shadena va. Artha here means what you are arthyade, what you are fundamentally seeking. What you seek is a understanding that I am not far away from God. I am one with God. That's your experience in your sadhana. I am one with, I am Devi. The Devi's Sharira is made up of these 15 or 16 letters. Devi is Mantra Atmika Devi. Mantra means these letters. And those letters are crystallized into 16 letters. Ka, E, La, Hrim, Hasa, Ka, Ka, La, Hrim, Saka, La, Hrim, Shri. These letters, these vibrations constitute the body of Devi. As you chant this mantra and do the upasana or the pujas, etc., your body also becomes that. So you become, that's why Devam Bhutva Devam Bhajeti. Adevo Devam na Bhajeti. If you are yourself are not a deity, you cannot invoke the deity. So chant this mantra and then constitute, weave your body, redesign your body. So you become, that's why Upasakas, we meditate, we worship them. We worship them because they, through mantra chanting, they are created that Devi Bhavam, he said, Devi experience. They created it. So since we don't have the time to chant mantras, we at least prostrate to them. Prostrate to them and leave me alone. Let me go my way. Here is my prostration, he says. I worship you, bless me, and let me continue with whatever I am doing. Don't disturb me. So this chanting of the mantra, mantramayam, mantratmika manaha. There are three important sutras in Shiva Sutra. One sutra says, Chideva Atma. My essential nature is Chid, consciousness. Chideva Atma. Second is Mandratmiga Manaha. Mind is vibration. Mind is vibration. Mantra. Mantra means these words. Jnanam Bantaha, he says. This is something counterintuitive, isn't it? I thought knowledge is liberating. Here it says knowledge is binding. What kind of knowledge is that? Objective knowledge. Objective knowledge is binding because objective knowledge always leads to colonize. I want to control that. That's why you want to know. Okay, what is your age? What is your income? What's your BP, blood pressure? The stool. You know, in the international relations, they take the stool and analyze it. So when Putin comes to India, he brings his own people to collect his stool and then pack it and send it back, because if it gets, somebody else gets it, they will analyze it and see what is his problem. So there is one man to carry his stool, collect it, and then pack it, seal it also, so that it's not opened by anybody else, and take it back to. What a miserable life, isn't it? What a miserable life. So this kind of analysis, they do just to control you. And I'm sure a time will come, if you don't have the self-knowledge, you will reduce yourself to the status of a machine. Because all your parameters, numbers are being collected. Your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your brain waves, your genetic structure, your shopping habits. Isn't it? When you see your cell phone, they know that you like Bhagavad Gita. Immediately Bhagavad Gita picture will come. A lecture will come. They know. This machine knows everything about you. You are living in the cloud, I tell you. You are not living here. Everything is, all details are being gathered and put in the cloud. They can manipulate you. So it's time for us to meditate now. To meditate and go to a deeper level where you are not accessible. You are not a data point. You are something more than that. You are not accessible. That is the rahasya we are talking about. You become a rahasya. Nobody can access, no machine can, no number can access that. Otherwise you will be in the cloud. Of course, already we are in the cloud. Don't we say that I am living in the cloud? So that becomes very, very important to safeguard, to put guardrails around our identity. So no big boss sitting in Beijing or New Delhi or Washington or Paris can control you. Most of the people will be controlled, I tell you. Only few sannyasis, if they are real sannyasis, they are beyond that supervision and control. All other knowledge is to control, colonize, exploit. So Bhagavan says in the Shiva Sutra, I am quoting from Shiva Sutra, Jnanam Dantaha, he says. Knowledge is bondage. Knowledge binds. Only Atma Jnanam can liberate you. All other knowledge. And another problem is, these days the more you know, you have to specialize. If I go to the doctor with a problem, eye problem, doctor will say, which eye? Left eye? I am not a specialist on that. You go to that doctor. Which part of the eye? I am not a specialist on. What are you then a specialist? I don't know. The more you specialize, the less you know, isn't it? So generalists are disappearing now. Only specialists. These specialists don't talk to each other because their vocabulary is different. So you need another ChatGPT. This specialist using this particular language, that specialist using that particular language, and the twain shall never meet. There is no communication. There is no communication. We are getting into a very miserable world, I tell you. The specialists are blabbering, not knowing what are they talking about. So he says, I specialize more, I have more and more knowledge about less and less things. A time will come, you know everything about nothing. That is the end of specialization, isn't it? So we need some generalist who can traverse different cities, different departments of knowledge, areas of knowledge. Is comfortable. All these are coming. We have to be very, very careful. So, first is Atma Chaitanyam. Second is Manaha Mantraha. Not only mind, the whole universe is a mantra. Mantra. Tirumandiram. The universe is a mantra. And then Jnanam Dantaha. Objective knowledge is binding and self-knowledge is liberating. So Arthasya, that's the Artha. Artha means the ultimate truth, which is Jiva Brahmaikyam. That your happiness is your Sarupa, that knowledge. Arthasya Nishchayaha Dushtaha Vijarena Hidoktidaha Vijare. Hidokti. Hidokti means the words of the masters. Those who think of your hidam, not your priyam. Priya means what is pleasing to you. Hidam means what is good for you. So the masters speak what is good for you. Your friends speak what is pleasing to you. Parents speak what is good for you, isn't it? And your friends speak what is pleasing to you. Take this drug, smoke, all kind of advices. So one is hidokti, the other is prayokti. Hidokti daha. So those words of wisdom given to you by the masters, vichara. Let your thoughts run on the rails of the scriptures, he said. So follow the scripture. Otherwise, tarko hyapradishta srudayor bivinna naigo rishiyasya madam pramanam. You will be lost in the forest of words. So the scripture strings your thought, directs, guides your thought. Otherwise it is wild thinking. You reach nowhere. Simply worry and these days the problem is any question you go to ChatGPT. You prompt it. And your prompting is all wrong. Then you get all kind of wrong answers. Most of the letters people write now is written by ChatGPT, not this person. Everything is by ChatGPT. It looks that some human being has written it. It's not. It's not human being. ChatGPT can delude sometime, can hallucinate sometime. So what my point is, Hidokyudaha, speak to a living person, a person who have lived experience. That's Hidok. So your thoughts should be guided by the words of a living, embodied person, embodied wisdom. That's why Tarkohya Pradishta, Shrudayor Vibhinna, Naigo Rishiyasya Madam Pramanam, Dharmasya Tattvam Nihidam Guhaya, Mahajano Yena Gatasa Pantha. This living person become your guide. Vedas with the flesh and blood, let us say. Jivan Mukta. Consult them. They will talk to you in a nuanced way. Not broadly, but specifically they can talk to you. So arthasya nischayo dishtaha vicharena. So vichara, shastra vichara is the key to unfolding the self. Not simple snanam and go to take a bath in the Ganga. Sometimes you go to Ganga, you don't feel to take a bath, it's all dirty. You start scratching after the bath. Of course, you can go to the source of the Ganga, there the water is pure. But as the Ganga come down, all the industrial waste is flow into the river and then dead bodies are floating there. And then as we come to Kashi, it has become difficult. So Snana also, there is no pure water to take a bath. What of the bottled water? How much bottled water you can buy? Snana. So na snanena. The real Ganga is Jnana Ganga. Let me put it that way. Real Ganga is Jnana Ganga, which flows from Shiva's matted hair. That means knowledge. Jnana Ganga. Na snanena, na danena. Dana means donation. Donation become also an ego project, isn't it? I am ready to give you 10 rupees, 15 rupees. But then I want somebody to see that. I want some camera focused on me. That become an ego project, not an eco project. Eco project means I have to do it. I have taken it from this man. I am giving it back. So that kind of, no, not mere dhanam. Pranayama shadenavi. You do a lot of pranayama. That doesn't take you to the self, he says. Because it become a practice, it become a mechanical practice. That does not mean you should not do pranayama. Do pranayama with understanding, he says. Arrange Jaydal mukti, isn't it? Ariyad Jaydal bandha. The same thing become bandha. Same thing. With understanding, what you do becomes self-exploring and expressing project. Without understanding, it becomes a burden. So, na snanena, na dhanena, pranayama shadenava. Not by hundreds of pranayamas, he says. It becomes mechanical. Doesn't produce any result. There are people who can stop their breath for 2 minutes. Some people 3 minutes. More than 3 minutes, it becomes you accumulate monoxide inside. It's dangerous. More than 3 minutes, don't do that. Even 3 minutes is dangerous. 3 minutes is dangerous. 2 minutes is okay. So take a breath. After this class you can do that. Sit and take a breath and 2 minutes. Which is possible. Pranayama. Pranastambana. Pranayama. But mere pranayama is not enough, he says. Do pranayama, but knowledge is important. Continuing. Adhikarina ma shaste bala siddhir visheshadaha ubaya desha kaladhyaha sandhyasyam sahakarinaha. Once again, adhikarinamaashaste bala siddhir visheshatah ubaya desha kaladhyah sandhyasyam sahakarinah. Adhikari, the concept on adhikari. So Brahma Vidyayaha adhikari. You should be adhikari, fit student for Brahma Vidya. You need certain preliminary qualification. Without a preliminary qualification, these words will go over your head and hit the wall and come back to the speaker. Isn't it? Especially this is a acoustically poor acoustics, then it will definitely boom back. It doesn't help you at all. So you should be an adhikari, a fit student. At least you should know the language which I am speaking, isn't it? I gave a long lecture for 2 hours and that person was shaking and all that. And then when I asked him, he was not wearing his earphone. Without wearing the earphone, will you listen anything? But he was shaking his head. Shaking in utter despair. Not that any understanding or anything. Utter helplessness. So are you an adhikari? Do you understand the language? Are you serious about it? Do you feel the thirst for the knowledge? Is your hair on fire? Are you serious or are you wasting your time? You have to be an adhikari, you say. Adhikari. Adhikari means the fitness, a fit student. And Bhagavan will describe what are the adhikari, what makes you a fit student. Later we will see that. That fitness is necessary. Adhikarinam asha aste. Only that fit student, is there any hope of understanding these things, possibility. Otherwise, you don't understand. These words become like sand in your mouth, isn't it? Or ashes in your mouth. Doesn't produce any result. Adhikarina mashaste balasiddhi visheshadaha. Visheshadaha balasiddhi. Precise understanding of what we are talking about. There is Samanya Balasiddhi. Samanya Balasiddhi is a general understanding. Brahma asti. Brahma asti. That understanding. Though I don't know, but the scripture says, they are repeating it, therefore I accept that, there is some Brahman. Leave me alone. That's called Brahma asti iti Samanya Jnana. What is Vishesha Jnanam? Special knowledge. Brahma aham asmi. From asti to asmi is a long distance. Or there is no distance. It is not that after listening to Vedanta, you say there is some Brahman in some cave sitting in the Himalaya. And when I am retired, I will take a flight and go there and walk over the snow mountains and get into the cave and then I see the Brahman. Is that Brahma Asmi? This is called Vishesha Jnana. The other is Samanya. So Adhikarinaha ashaste balasiddhihi visheshadaha ubayaha deshakaladhyaha. So in meditation and all we say we need the proper time, proper space. You cannot meditate on the middle of the road. You will be run over by vehicles. So you need a special place. In the Hadayoga Pradipika they talk about what kind of place you need, what is the time for meditation. So time, place, all are important. These are external facilities, time and space. You have to come to an ashram, not in a bar. Bar you meditate, not possible. So place is important, time is important. And ayanas and patshas, all these are important. When are you meditating? What season? What time? These are all important because they all influence our body, mind. Both are made up of matter. Guna Gunesha Vartande. So those are all important. But what is more important is not the external facilities, but they are only sahakarinaha, say. They are only external facilities, external aids. What is the real discipline that you need? Sadhikarinam ashaste balasiddhir visheshada. Adhikaritvam, the inner discipline, is more important, not outer facility. Though they are important, but that's not the critical factor. The critical factor is the inner, the state of the mind. You have to be an adhikari. Doesn't matter what dress you wear, what rudrashamala, this is not, these are all external things. Of course, they will help you. If you wear rudrashamala, it may help you. If you wear vibhuti, it will help you. But there are external factors. What is internal discipline is more important. Do you have that is the question. Do you have that? The internal. So the Bhakya science and inner science are there. Bhakyam and inner. Bhakya is time, space, what you eat, how much you eat, what are you wearing, tight pant and belt, sitting for meditation. Very difficult. You need some loose garment, isn't it? Tight pant. So those external facilities are important, but what is more important, adhikaritvam, the inner facilities, inner capability. What are those inner capabilities that I have to cultivate? That question is hanging there, which will be answered. So, adhikarinam ashaste balasiddhir visheshadaha ubayaha deshakaladhyaha sandhyasya sahakarina. This deshakala etc. is sahakarina, external aid. What is critical is the internal discipline that we have. Basically non-reactive. A mind which doesn't react impulsively. A mind which can stay, reflect and then respond. Basically all these things can be put together in one word. Don't react. Don't be impulsive. Take a breath before you act. That's all the meaning of that. Adhikarinam ashaste varasiddhim. So I have seen people, buying yoga mat and then yoga shoes also are there. Yoga shoe, yoga mat, yoga dress, yoga this, yoga that. And they then keep it there. They don't use it. Then another mat to come. That also they buy. That also. They keep on buying things, but they don't use it, he says. There are 2-3 mats available. Then sitting mat also is there. That blocks, you can sit on that. So this block, that block, some other new block comes. Your desire to purchase things, buy things, you don't use it at all. You don't use it at all. But they are not important. What is important is the inner structure, inner things. That is more important, which you are not giving attention to. So, adhikarinam ashaste balasiddhir visheshada ubayaha deshaka, all other ubayas, all other aids, sandhyasyam sahakarina, they are only superficial, external. The main discipline is internal. That's what we are striving to. Continuing. Ado vichara kartavyah jijnasoratma vastunah samasadya daya sindhum gurum brahma viduttamam. So armed with these qualities, fourfold qualification, Vichara kartavya. Now it is time for you to reflect. Meditate. Meditate with the aid of the scripture. So that meditation is should be proximity of a guru, he says. So adaha vichara kartavya jijnasoho atmavastu. Jijnasu means one who is curious to know what it is. So that jijnasu is seeker. Atmavastunaha vichara kartavya. We have to meditate upon the self, the happy self. Samasadya daya sindhum guru. Approaching a guru who is dayavan, compassionate person. Because you cannot motivate the guru with the money or praise and all that. You cannot praise the teacher. Oh, you are a great man, wonderful person, and all that. You can read through all that. So don't need a praising. Some teachers may fall for that, but not the real teacher. You cannot motivate him with money also. More money. So praise, money, or comforts, or good food give to the teacher. Some people may fall for that also. Or good gift, nothing. Recently we are reading a great Western philosopher, and he had got some to say for money. Good house, good places. So there is a crook. He has got plenty of money. So he just sent in $20,000 out of the blue. He is a professor in a very reputed university. And then he thought, oh, $20,000. And he was needing some money also. His wife told, not bad. Get in touch with that person. He was a crook. He's a con man. Then he invited him to Paris, he goes there. Invited him to his apartment in New York, he goes there. Finally, we realized he was a real crook and con man, using his money to entice people. Sometimes you can be enticed and entrapped. So wise people, they are not falling in for that. They know what they are, who they are. So then why are they coming to us? Why do they spend their time? Daya, he says, out of compassion, they are doing that. Samasadya daya sindhu, ocean of compassion. Gurum, that guru who can remove your ignorance. Brahmavid uttamam. Among the Brahmavid, he is the most exalted Brahmavid. What is the secret of his exalted nature? He knows Aham Brahmasmi. Other gurus know only Brahmasti. This guru knows Brahma, Aham Asmi. Not only Aham Asmi, then you also are Tomavi Brahmosi. You also are Brahman. So Guru is one who can look into your eyes and say, stand up, you are Brahman. Then you, after you are hit by a ton of brick, you open your eyes and realize. So he is the Guru. A Guru is the one who makes you realize you are Brahman. Not that Guru is Brahman, that's true. But the Shishya also is Brahman. He is the true Guru. Other Gurus may claim, I am the only Brahman, the rest are all worms crawling on the ground. This Guru says, you are Brahman. A person who can say that, he is a true teacher. That's why Daya Samasadya Daya Sindham Gurum Brahmavida Uttamam, the most exalted Brahmajnani, approach him. He can solve your problem by helping you solve your problem by yourself. The Guru helps you to help yourself. That's the kind of Guru I want to approach. So who is an Adhikari? A fit student. This is for a self-check. You have to check yourself. There are certain boxes. You have to tick all those boxes. 4 boxes are. Do you have these qualifications? What are they? Do you have that question? What are those qualifications? It will be answered. Next. What are those qualifications? Which I have to cultivate, he says. That we will see tomorrow. So again, we will sandwich our talk between these two meditations. Now I am concerned with my adhikaritum, my fitness to undertake this journey. Am I fit? This journey to myself. The pathless path, as they say. And this fitness is an internal qualities, not just external facilities. Though external facilities are necessary, without the internal qualities, external facilities are only an ornament. What are those? You ask yourself, what are those internal qualifications required for this journey to the self? The answer is not yet provided, but the question is echoing and re-echoing in your mind, reverberating in your mind. Am I a fit student? What are the fitness required? My goal is moksha. The Guru is available, scriptures are available. Am I available is the question. Am I present is the question. Or am I distracted? That fire in the belly. So let this question, live with this question. Do I have the fitness, the adhikaritvam? If I don't have, I am ready to cultivate that. If I have, I am ready to deepen that. So that I can make full utility of the Guru's presence and the availability of the scripture. Sadhikarinama shaste bhadasiddhir visheshata ubhaya deshakaladya sandhyasmin sahakarina. Oh. पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः